Lindsey, great to have you back on. You know, listen, before this week, the previous few weeks, everyone's like, look, the markets are coming back. The NASDAQ was 4% from its all-time high. The NASDAQ 100 anyway. It looked like we were kind of going to get back to normal from the market's perspective anyway. What's happened this week? What has been the reset?
Yeah, I continue to say this market, especially over the course of the last month, if you look at the performance over the last month, the market really hasn't done too much. And it's been really driven by technical factors. So I think because there's a lack of fundamentals out there, lack of fundamental data, what we're getting is backward looking. Corporations are no longer providing forward looking guidance. What we've been following is the 20-day moving average in the S&P 500. It's been a strong support level for the index. We broke through that on Wednesday, and then yesterday we closed at that level. So I'm watching to see what happens today. If we can close above that level today, we could see the bulls return next week.
Yeah, has this really been a technical-driven market? Because we look at the data, $1 trillion going into money market funds over the past month. Tepper, Druckenmiller coming out saying they basically hate the stock market. You wonder, is it just Renaissance Technologies, Citadel, and the machines that were doing all the buying?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. Right now, you're seeing sentiment both from retail investors and the institutional investors turn very bearish. Now, we know one of those has a better track record than the other. So while those duke it out, I'm going to continue to follow the technicals. But the retail investors have been pulling money out of equity mutual funds and ETFs. AAII bearish sentiment is the highest in 7 years. On the institutional side, you have, they're the shortest they've been since 2015. They've got more money than they've had since 2001 on the sidelines. So there's a lot at play here, too. But I can tell you from the Ally Invest side at our brokerage house, we're seeing our retail investors continue to buy throughout the last couple months.
Yeah, and listen, this is going to sound a little weird. I know there's 36 million unemployed. Nobody is reducing that at all. But thankfully, Congress has stepped up. Stimulus has helped out a lot of families in need, at least for now. Is there a small argument to be made, Lindsey, that the economy is not as bad as the gigantic headlines might suggest, given that 120 million Americans still are working? They are largely saving their money, and there appears to be some pent-up demand which could be ready to... I'm not saying the economy is good. I'm saying maybe it's not a 1 out of 10, maybe it's a 4 or 3 out of 10.
No, I appreciate exactly what you're saying. I think what we have to remember is there's a ton of money coming into the system, both from the Fed and the government. And you have to remember those unemployment checks that are coming in, they get a $500 bonus every week. So if you are one of those unemployed, you potentially could be making more money than you did when you were employed. Plus, most people got those $1,200 bonus checks from the government as the crisis was starting. So I do think you look at the savings rate, 13% in the last reading. That's pretty high. I do think cash could be burning in some consumers' pockets. We are a consumer economy, but where the rubber's going to meet the road is this fall when those unemployment benefits run out. So it'll be up to the government, I think, to determine if we can continue down this road.
Yeah, and they may not. I mean, Congress is voting today to extend them out through 2021. A lot of families need that. And of course, people aren't spending money either. They're saving a lot, not traveling. They're not going out to eat. They're not driving very much. Leave us with some optimism, Lindsey. We got 45 seconds left of the show. Where should our viewers invest right now?
Well, I think you got to stick with the stalwarts that have been leading this rally so far. So I'm going to stick with technology and healthcare, a little bit of a barbell effect there too. So I'll just leave you with that.